What if your morning smoothie could do more than just taste good? What if it could actually fight arthritis pain naturally? Here's something few doctors talk about. Chronic inflammation is one of the root causes of joint stiffness and pain, especially in arthritis. But what you eat every day could either turn that inflammation up or help turn it off. And that's where the power of an anti-inflammatory smoothie comes in. Every day, millions of adults, especially those over 50, struggle with the ache and stiffness of arthritis. It's not just a minor inconvenience. For many, it's a constant, nagging pain that limits how well you move, how well you sleep, and even how much joy you feel throughout the day. The medications can help, but they come with side effects and don't always solve the root problem. That's why more people are looking for natural ways to soothe inflammation from the inside out. And here's where it gets interesting. According to the Cleveland Clinic, one of the most respected medical institutions in the world, you can drink your way to joint relief. Their own anti-inflammatory smoothie, packed with simple but powerful ingredients like cucumber, mint, and ginger, has gained attention for its potential to cool inflammation and calm aching joints. But that's just the beginning. In this video, we're not only going to break down what's in the Cleveland Clinic's recommended smoothie, we're going to upgrade it. We'll show you which ingredients have been proven in research to lower inflammation markers, reduce joint pain, and help you feel better naturally and consistently. You'll discover the best vegetables, fruits, spices, seeds, and even mistakes to avoid when blending your own arthritis-fighting smoothie. Plus, we'll share a real story of how someone used this exact approach to feel more mobile and pain-free in just weeks. So if you or someone you care about deals with arthritis, keep watching. Because this smoothie could become one of the easiest and most powerful changes you make for your health this year. Why inflammation is the enemy. Arthritis is often described as a wear and tear disease. But what many people don't realize is that much of the pain, stiffness, and swelling you feel isn't just from aging joints. It's from inflammation. So what exactly is inflammation? At its core, inflammation is your body's natural defense system. When you get a cut or a bruise, inflammation rushes in to help heal the injury. That's called acute inflammation, and it's usually helpful. But chronic inflammation is different. It lingers silently in your body, creating low-level damage over time. Instead of helping you heal, it begins to hurt you, especially your joints. In people with arthritis, chronic inflammation becomes the enemy. It causes the tissues in your joints to swell, your cartilage to wear down faster, and your bones to rub painfully together. The result: constant discomfort, less flexibility, and mornings that start with pain instead of peace. And here's the surprising part. Much of this chronic inflammation is driven by our diets. Foods high in sugar, refined carbs, processed oils, and certain saturated fats can all trigger inflammatory responses in the body. This is why someone can feel worse after eating fast food, sugary desserts, or heavily processed snacks. Those foods are feeding the very inflammation that's causing their pain. On the other hand, anti-inflammatory foods like berries, leafy greens, seeds, nuts, and certain spices can do the opposite. They help calm the immune system, reduce swelling, and protect the cartilage in your joints. Over time, this can lead to real relief. In fact, researchers have found that people who follow anti-inflammatory diets report less joint pain and better mobility. And they're not just relying on pills to get through the day, they're using food as a form of therapy. So when we talk about smoothies that fight arthritis, we're not just talking about a tasty beverage. We're talking about a powerful, natural tool to reduce the inflammation that's stealing your comfort and mobility. Think of it this way. Every ingredient you put into your smoothie is either helping to put out the fire or throwing more fuel on it. When you choose the right ones, you're giving your joints the chance to heal and your body the support it needs to thrive. And in the next section, you'll see exactly why smoothies, when done right, are one of the most effective and easiest ways to start that healing process from the inside out. The anti-inflammatory power of smoothies. When it comes to managing arthritis through diet, there's one simple habit that stands out for its ease, flexibility, and effectiveness: drinking a daily smoothie. But here's the part most people miss. It's not just about blending fruits together. The real power of smoothies lies in how they allow you to combine multiple anti-inflammatory ingredients into one nutrient-packed, healing drink. And when you do it right, your smoothie becomes more than a snack. It becomes medicine for your joints. Let's talk about why smoothies are such a smart choice for arthritis relief. First, they're incredibly efficient. In one glass, you can pack in leafy greens, seeds rich in omega-3s, anti-inflammatory fruits like berries, healing spices like turmeric and ginger, and even healthy fats from nuts or avocado. Try doing that with a sandwich or salad. It's not nearly as easy or enjoyable. Second, smoothies are a great way to stay hydrated. Joint pain often gets worse when the body is dehydrated, especially for older adults. Using water, coconut water, or herbal teas as your base can support both hydration and inflammation reduction. When your body is well hydrated, your joints stay lubricated, and you're less likely to feel stiff or sore. Third, smoothies are customizable. You can adjust the recipe to your taste preferences, dietary needs, or what's in your fridge. That flexibility makes it much easier to stay consistent, and consistency is what leads to real results. But smoothies also have a hidden danger. Many people unknowingly make them in a way that actually increases inflammation. What's the mistake? It usually comes down to sugar, adding fruit juice, sweetened yogurt, honey, or too many high-sugar fruits like bananas or mangoes can spike your blood sugar. This, in turn, triggers inflammatory responses that can make arthritis worse over time. That's why building your smoothie with a balance of ingredients is key. For every fruit, add a vegetable. For every naturally sweet ingredient, add fiber, healthy fat, or protein to slow sugar absorption. Think of it like this. You're not just making something that tastes good. You're crafting a recipe that helps your body heal. So when you hear about smoothies helping people reduce joint pain, it's not magic. It's the science of anti-inflammatory nutrition made simple, drinkable, and just my term. In the next section, we'll break down the Cleveland Clinic's signature smoothie, what's in it, why it works, and how it became a trusted go-to for arthritis-friendly nutrition. Inside the Cleveland Clinic smoothie. Let's take a closer look at the smoothie that started it all. Cleveland Clinic's anti-inflammatory spicy cucumber mint smoothie. It might sound like something off a spa menu, but don't let the name fool you. This drink is packed with ingredients that deliver serious benefits for your joints. And every element serves a purpose in fighting inflammation. Let's start with the stars of the show, cucumber and mint. Cucumbers are more than just water-rich vegetables. They're full of anti-inflammatory compounds called flavonoids. They help cool down internal heat and keep your body hydrated. And that hydration is critical, because dry, stiff joints are often a sign your tissues aren't getting the moisture they need to move smoothly. Mint, on the other hand, brings a refreshing flavor, but it also has antioxidant and muscle-relaxing properties. It's been used in traditional medicine for centuries to ease digestion and inflammation. Together, cucumber and mint make a perfect base for an anti-inflammatory blend. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful ingredients in this smoothie: ginger. Ginger contains gingerol, a natural compound with potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. It's been shown in studies to reduce pain in people with osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Think of it as a gentle, natural alternative to over-the-counter pain meds without the side effects. Another smart addition: almond butter. Almond butter isn't just a creamy addition. It adds healthy monounsaturated fats that support joint health and help your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like curcumin, which we'll talk about soon. It also brings a dose of protein and fiber to the mix, helping to balance blood sugar and keep you full longer. Cleveland Clinic's version also recommends a bit of lime juice, which adds a burst of flavor and a shot of vitamin C. That's important, because vitamin C helps build collagen, a key structural protein in joints and cartilage. So when you blend all of these together, cucumber, mint, ginger, almond butter, and lime, you're not just making a tasty drink. You're delivering hydration, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory agents, and healthy fats to your body in one glass. But here's the best part: you can make this smoothie even more powerful. In the next section, we'll show you how to upgrade this recipe by adding research-backed ingredients that go even further in soothing joint pain. If the Cleveland Clinic smoothie is the foundation, what we're about to build on top of it is your body's new favorite form of daily relief. Upgrading the recipe for maximum relief. Cleveland Clinic's smoothie is an excellent foundation, but if you're serious about reducing inflammation and easing arthritis pain, you can take it to the next level with just a few science-backed additions. Let's start with one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory spices on the planet: turmeric. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, which has been shown in multiple studies to rival over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen in reducing inflammation and joint pain. But there's a catch: curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. That's why adding a pinch of black pepper is essential. Black pepper contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Together, they create a potent anti-inflammatory duo. Next, let's talk about berries. Whether it's blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, or cherries, these colorful fruits are rich in compounds called anthocyanins. These antioxidants specifically target the inflammation linked to joint degeneration. They also help fight oxidative stress, which can worsen arthritis symptoms over time. Adding just half a cup of frozen berries can transform your smoothie into a joint-protecting powerhouse. Now, for some plant-based omega-3s. Omega-3 fatty acids are well known for their anti-inflammatory effects. But instead of fish oil, which can have a strong taste, we recommend chia seeds or ground flax seeds. Just 1 tablespoon adds a healthy dose of ALA, a type of omega-3 that helps cushion joints and reduce swelling. Plus, these seeds are loaded with fiber, which supports gut health, and believe it or not, your gut plays a major role in inflammation throughout your body. Don't forget the greens. Adding a handful of spinach, kale, or even bok choy loads your smoothie with antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins like A, C, and K. These leafy greens are rich in glucosinolates compounds shown to lower inflammation markers in the blood. You won't taste them much in the smoothie, but your joints will feel the difference over time. And if you want an extra nutrient boost, consider adding a little avocado. It makes your smoothie creamier while delivering healthy fats and vitamin E, both of which support joint health. Put it all together, and you now have a smoothie that not only hydrates and refreshes, but actively fights inflammation from multiple angles: antioxidants, omega-3s, polyphenols, and healing spices. The best part, you can tweak it to your taste. Don't like kale, use spinach. Want more sweetness? Add a few frozen cherries. Just make sure you keep the balance low sugar, high nutrient, and anti-inflammatory all the way through. Up next, we'll talk about what not to put in your smoothie, because some seemingly healthy choices can secretly make arthritis symptoms worse. What to avoid in your smoothie. Now that you know how to build a smoothie that supports joint health, it's just as important to know what not to put in your blender, because some common ingredients can silently sabotage your progress. Let's start with the biggest culprit: added sugar. Sugar is one of the most inflammatory substances in the modern diet. When consumed in excess, it triggers the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines, chemicals that can worsen joint pain and stiffness. Yet, many people unknowingly load their smoothies with sugar by adding fruit juice, sweetened yogurt, honey, or even flavored protein powders. Even natural sugars from fruits like bananas, mangoes, and pineapples can spike blood sugar if you add too much at once. That spike leads to inflammation, which is exactly what you're trying to avoid. The key is balance. One small banana is fine, but pair it with fiber, protein, and fat to slow the sugar absorption. Next, avoid fruit juices and concentrates. They may seem healthy, but fruit juice lacks the fiber of whole fruits and delivers a concentrated dose of sugar straight into your bloodstream. Even a splash of orange juice or apple juice can undo the benefits of your anti-inflammatory ingredients. Instead, use water, coconut water, or brewed green or ginger tea as your smoothie base. Now, let's talk about dairy. While some people tolerate dairy just fine, many others find that it worsens inflammation, especially in the joints. Common culprits include flavored yogurts, milk, and creamers. If you notice more stiffness or bloating after dairy, try switching to unsweetened almond, oat, or coconut milk. And if you need yogurt for creaminess, opt for unsweetened, plain Greek yogurt in small amounts. Another sneaky danger: flavored protein powders. Many commercial protein powders are filled with artificial sweeteners, gums, thickeners, and low-quality whey proteins that can irritate the gut and promote inflammation. If you use protein powder, choose one that's clean, unsweetened, and ideally plant-based. Look for a short ingredient list with no artificial additives. Finally, watch out for frozen smoothie packs or mixes marketed as healthy. Many of these contain hidden sugars, preservatives, or processed ingredients that do little to support your health. Always check the label, or better yet, make your smoothie from scratch so you know exactly what's going in. Remember, the goal is to create a smoothie that supports your joints, calms inflammation, and nourishes your body. That means prioritizing real, whole ingredients and avoiding anything that might trigger the very symptoms you're trying to relieve. In the next section, we'll explore how people are actually using this smoothie in real life and the kind of results they're seeing after just a few weeks of consistent use. Sometimes the best proof isn't found in a medical journal. It's found in real people's stories. And when it comes to anti-inflammatory smoothies, the results speak for themselves. Take Carol, for example. She's 64, a retired teacher, and had been struggling with knee pain for over a decade. It got to the point where just walking upstairs felt like punishment. She shared, like many others. She was relying on ibuprofen daily just to get through her routine. But the side effects started to worry her. So she began looking for a natural alternative. That's when she came across the Cleveland Clinic smoothie recipe and a few blogs recommending upgrades like turmeric and berries. She started making the smoothie every morning: cucumber, mint, ginger, turmeric, spinach, berries, and almond milk. Within 2 weeks, Carol noticed she wasn't reaching for her pain meds as often, and after a month, she was walking longer distances without the sharp knee aches that once slowed her down. Carol's experience isn't unique. Across health forums and patient groups, more and more people are reporting reduced stiffness, better mobility, and improved energy after adding an anti-inflammatory smoothie to their daily routine. And while the timeline varies, most people begin to feel subtle but meaningful improvements within 3 to 6 weeks. There's also science to back up what these stories suggest. A 2020 review published in Nutrients highlighted that consistent intake of anti-inflammatory compounds like curcumin, anthocyanins, and omega-3s is associated with decreased joint pain and improved range of motion in people with osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. But the key word is consistent. These compounds work best when taken daily, not just once in a while. That's why the smoothie habit is so effective. It's easy to stick with. Unlike complicated diets or expensive supplements, making a smoothie is simple, affordable, and enjoyable. It becomes a part of your morning ritual. And the more consistent you are, the more you build up a reserve of joint-supporting nutrients in your system. Of course, it's not a miracle cure. Smoothies work best when paired with other anti-inflammatory lifestyle habits, regular movement, better sleep, and a plant-forward diet. But, as a starting point, they're one of the most accessible tools available for anyone looking to reduce joint pain naturally. And when you start your day with something that both tastes good and helps you feel better, it sets the tone for a healthier, more energized day overall. In our final section, we'll summarize the key points and give you a simple challenge that could jumpstart your journey to healthier, happier joints. So, what have we learned? Inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of arthritis pain, but it's also one of the most manageable and one of the easiest, most effective ways to fight it. A daily smoothie packed with the right ingredients. We started with the Cleveland Clinic's spicy cucumber mint smoothie, simple, refreshing, and already beneficial. But then we built on that foundation with nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory foods: turmeric, ginger, berries, leafy greens, omega-3 seeds, and more. Together, they create a drink that doesn't just taste good. It actively works to reduce the inflammation that causes joint pain and stiffness. Just imagine starting your morning with something that not only fuels your body, but supports your joints, eases your pain, and gives you back a bit more freedom to move. And here's your simple challenge. Try this smoothie every day for the next 30 days. Just 1 glass in the morning. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your joints respond. And notice how much easier it is to make healthy choices when you start your day right. If you found this helpful, share it with someone you love, especially a parent, grandparent, or friend who struggles with arthritis. A single smoothie won't solve everything, but it might just be the first step in a healthier, more comfortable life. And if you've already tried something like this, or decide to take the 30-day challenge, leave a comment. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. Because sometimes, the most powerful medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It comes in a blender.